I'm sure everyone would be in agreement that two of the most fundamentally important parts of almost any racing game are both the ability to speed up and the ability to slow down. Without either of the two, you won't be able to make progress on the road or even remain on it without railgunning your way through the nearest barrier, building, or even journeying to the center of the earth. Hello there and welcome to The Gaming Definition. This is part 2 of the 3-part Can You Beat challenge. In this challenge on Gran Turismo 4, we have completely removed the ability to use the brakes. Yes, that means the handbrake as well. Both the brakes and the handbrake are completely unbound from the controller. There's no misinputs to be had here, it is just not possible to brake. So now in theory, when I press the handbrake, it doesn't work, yeah? There we go. No handbrake! With that in mind, I have to rely on my own creativity and methodology to remain on the road. And in the previous episode, we conquered every single license test in the game without using any brakes. Do I have a license for this? Yes, I do. Oh yeah, that does also include the stop-start test as well. And we didn't use any rules for that either. But now we're taking the challenge up a notch. Considerably so. Yes, we may have now unlocked the ability to go off the track and enjoy a nice little bit of impromptu rally, but that comes at a cost. We also have 5-second penalties to potentially contend with if we make contact with the barriers or opponent cars. In the online versions of Gran Turismo 4, the penalty system was slightly changed, whereas on the NTSC version that I'm playing on, if you get a 5-second penalty, the car will not slow down, but it will not accelerate anymore beyond 31 miles per hour. The brakes won't be engaged, there'll be no external forces acting on the car, the brakes won't be applied, nothing like that, but you will slowly coast down until you eventually reach 31, if at all. In the online version, the brakes are applied the moment the penalty is received and you slow down to 31 miles per hour. But fortunately, we're not playing on Spec 2 or an online version, so we don't have that to worry about. But other than that, a penalty doesn't actually slow you down. At least no different to letting go of the accelerator. So this is still within the challenge rules. This is still acceptable. With 34 different driving missions to conquer, you are about to witness some of the weirdest racing lines and most creative racing strategies I could come up with personally. This is going to be weird, this is going to be unique, and most of all, it's going to be a blast. Ladies, gentlemen, lovely people, prepare yourselves. It is about to get weird. Oh, look how fast my Fiat 500 is. Oh, this is diabolical. The missions start off relatively simple. The first 9 or so missions require you to overtake a single opponent car that's generally identical to the player car, or at least is in a similar performance range to that of the player car. But considering at this moment in time within the challenge I'd only just finished the licenses, I wasn't yet accustomed to racing against opponent cars. Oh, it doesn't work, okay. I hadn't fully yet realised just how powerful the grass and terrain outside of tarmac was going to be. No, that's not going to work either. At least in order to achieve overtakes and pass relatively cleanly. Sure, I dipped the wheels before to get the car sideways, and even took the odd lesson here and there from Doc Hudson himself.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
But now it was time to combine the Scandi flicks, Doc Hudson's strategy, and a little bit of Colin McRae action to win the races. That should be it. There we go. That doesn't seem like it would be possible without contact, or it would be very, very difficult without doing stuff like that. Past me was wrong about this being impossible without a bit of contact, at least in the sense of punting the AI car off of the road. It's definitely possible for a clean approach and a clean overtake, but the AI does have a tendency to try and drive through you right at the end of the corner. That's 2 driving missions down, 32 left to go. Emily. I appreciate that, Martin. Thank you for coming in. Oh, he's... What's happening? Oh, I think I just failed. That doesn't work like that. And get them on the cutback or switchback, whatever you call it. No. No. Now that admittedly shocking display at Monaco is over, it's time to bring out the Ford Mustang for a cheeky little smack whack in the back as we can't unsettle the car due to the driving assists. The car is just simply too stable. So pretending the leading Mustang is a crowd, we drove straight through it and won the race. Easy peasy. Mate, what have you got in that Peugeot? It's rapid. Whoops. Anyway, moving on. Much to my surprise, this little Peugeot 206, easily one of the finest handling FF cars in Gran Turismo 4. You can absolutely fling this hatchback about. What a pleasure to drive. What an absolute pleasure. Aww. Incredibly easy to unsettle, but you can also maintain the slide and actually recover it. Very, very fun little car. Cool. That was much better. He shouldn't get me on the switchback. Nope, cool, done. All that work for that. That was a whole lot of work just to get a little win against the Peugeot. Cutting off a whole second alone just from taking the better line. Absolute maniac. Don't think we even dipped the wheels in the grass there. Still got the car around. Welcome to Tsukuba in an MX-5. I couldn't find a clean approach for this one, so let's help the groundskeeper mow a bit of grass, shall we? That's what I wanted to do. Ugh, golf. Overrated. Ugly. Just handles like a brick. That's not gonna work, is it? It worked. Okay, never mind. It works. Where? Oh, this works for me. Way too close. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Nothing like clean driving. Although what we're about to do up here is disgusting. Can we nip past them? Yeah. Yeah, there's no license fail borders or anything like that around the special missions. It's just you get a 5-second penalty on contact. There we go. Le Mans is actually really easy out of all the tracks. Yeah, if the races actually failed me for doing this challenge would be borderline impossible. Oh no. No. Is this even possible? Wait, is this even possible? Is this even possible? That is a very, very good question. Welcome to New York. We have 3 laps around here in a Toyota 2000 GT. The leading car that we're chasing down is a Mazda that starts roughly 30 seconds ahead of us. This means we have to somehow find a consistent line to navigate the sharp 90-degree turns at the end of each relatively long straight, whilst overtaking cars and avoiding any penalties, but also making swift enough progress to at least make a 10+ second gain per lap to catch the leader. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. This is going to be almost impossible. And then start the slide. Alright. That works. So if we make contact with the back of the car, we don't get a penalty. The same way in license tests, if you angle it correctly, you don't fail the test. So In order to make this corner, we've got to be immediately on the wall after the shadow ends. So now. No. Is that the play? That seems to be the play. Look how close we are to him now. That should be about 24 and a half seconds to the leader. Look at that, 24 and a half. Give or take a few fractions. What? The car completely jams up. Due to the difficulty of the mission, at the time of recording, I decided to see if this race were even theoretically possible with the use of save states, let alone trying to do it without. Don't worry though, I won't be using save states in the official run of this. It will all be down to driver ability when it comes to that. I just wanted to know right here if the challenge would even be able to continue if I did get everything right. Here's the result of that testing. So with that in mind, off the steering. There we go. Nice and easy on the throttle. I don't think he brakes around here. And we're gonna stick right. Disregard that. Please don't brake there. Nope, handbrake has been unbound. Same with brake. Everything's gone. Right, I think this is pretty much impossible without save states. You've got to be one of the best drivers of all time on this game to do it, I think. It's a level far beyond my own. Not something I've ever... We need more than this! Come on, there's the finish line right there! Come on, go! 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 It's so close! 77 milliseconds in it, okay. Oh my god, look how close that is! Come on, car! Let's go! The little Toyota that could. New York City streets. Japanese battle of the gods. Sprint to the finish! Even with save states, that was disgustingly difficult. Even with save states. Nasty. Nasty. The most diabolical driving I have probably ever done in the past 15 years. Imagine without save states, I don't want to. I don't want to. If anybody can complete that race with the same rules that I've got going on without save states, you are one of the finest Gran Turismo 4 drivers probably there will ever be. That was insane. Under half a second between us. Yep. And now you're going to witness it completed without save states. I had to download the VOD from Twitch and record the replay as I ended up losing the native recordings on my PC. But here is the run entirely done with human ability, no save states, just going at it. It would be so easy if we were approaching at that speed, it's unbelievable. The strategy for this mission became fairly simple. On the main straights, we wanted to start a penalty as early as possible before a corner. So whenever we slammed into the wall at the end of each respective straight, because of the earlier contact, we were already partway done with the penalty timer. If we could of course optimize this further and plow into the back of an opponent car, this means we'd be able to carry more speed and approach with a straighter line, potentially netting us some time gain here and there. This is of course easier said than done, as we have to catch them at opportune moments. Look at that gap to him though. That's 23 again, surely. 23 time? Yeah, the lowest 23 time we've seen as well. Alright, Stringent Steven 446, I know the comment is coming. I intentionally left this a couple of minutes because I know somebody's already typed a comment out. Yes, I'm using a replay recording here. Somebody's going to be suspicious of this and assume that I'm using this to cover up save states. So I predicted you'd do this. I'm one step ahead. TGD Extra has the full low quality Twitch downloaded recording if any of you guys want to make sure that I'm actually legit. I know what you guys are like. Listen, I've seen some of the comments on Reddit. If you really want to check it out, if you really want to vet it for yourself, make sure that I'm not being a hooligan, I'm not giving you fake content, by all means go ahead. I'm happy with whatever suits your fancy. Go ahead, enjoy. Anyway, back to it. Work this. Like that, I suppose. Oh wow, look at those. Thank you for no penalty. Hello. 13.5 second gap. Catching this guy at a really awkward time. Round the outside. Come to Papa. Sweet. Still doable. Wasn't as good as the second lap entry, but wasn't terrible either. So we were sub 8 seconds to the leader already, even before the second last straight. Butchered that. Nailed that though. So we're redeemed. We're redeemed. Four and a half? 5? Oh. Okay. Oh, come on. Go on. Come on. Come on, Toyota. That's the one. That's it. That's it. Keep reeling them in. Now a drag race to the finish. Easy. Easy. Oh. Easy. There we go. What a drive that was. Man. Right, so hear me out, chat. Hear me out. I used save states to get the optimal lines and everything through this track, and without save states, I've managed to be 40 odd milliseconds away from that. Just shows how much we improved on the strategy.
Why are you running?
Look at that. Ready for it? He made a mistake there as well. G. Now that the New York-Tokyo takeover is complete, it's time to head to another part of America to bear witness to some of the best driving you're going to see in this challenge as a whole. Did I mention that I'm the best at being modest as well? Welcome to Laguna Seca, where we're put in the driving seat of an LM spec Ford GT, tasked with tracking down a leading Dodge Viper. We have 3 laps to seal the deal, and we are about 20 seconds behind, with a whole lot of sand, sharp turns and the unforgiving corkscrews to overcome along the way. Over the course of many hours of retry after retry after retry, we figured out what the strategy is for a successful lap, so let me talk you through it. To navigate the Andretti hairpin, we engage full rally mode for a time. The white brake markers on the runoff to the side help with lining this up. So I imagined the rough distance where a 6th marker would be, gauging from the distance of the others. This is roughly where you want to start entering the sand, so we can slide the back end of the GT out. You want the back end to tap the barrier first, so you can avoid accruing a penalty. We also need the tap to occur in such a way that it doesn't completely cancel out the slide, as we need that unstable momentum to bring us in neatly to the inner pit lane road, as that's roughly where the optimal time gain is. If we're still stuck in the sand instead of the inner pit road, it will slow us down a bit too much to get a decent run into turn 3 and beyond. When executed correctly, it'll end up looking something like this. And by direct comparison, it's extremely easy to do this at the start of the race, as our approach velocity is a fair bit lower than that of any following laps. You don't have as much of a run up at the start of the race, as you are at a limited pit sort of speed initially. For laps following the first one, you want to make contact with the barrier a bit earlier and slide for a bit longer, and this is easier said than done. I found it to be far more difficult to consistently achieve on the laps following. So it's no longer really a goal to reach the pit lane curve, but instead to slide to the outer curve at the very least, and somewhat go around the corner as you normally would, but we'll worry about that a bit later. Moving on, turns 3 and 4 are mostly attainable with the car's natural trait of lift-off oversteer, so they're a bit easier on us. But if the approach speed is too high, a little dip in the sand to increase back-end slip is an option that I sometimes used here and there. Turn 5 is another make or break zone for each run, and we have to get this right 3 times in a row. The most optimal line of approach I found was to lift off shortly before marker 4 and coast towards the barrier. Again, you need the back end to tap the barrier first, but you also need the angle to be almost parallel with the wall shortly after marker 3, before lightly initiating a slide heading back towards the inside of the corner. The difficulty in this approach is that any contact with the sand on the inside of turn 5 will completely cancel the slide and send you understeering off track. Touching the curb has a very similar fate with a little bit of leeway here and there. Not that much. Turn 6 is fairly forgiving, but we'll still be dipping the wheels a tad and using a bit of lift-off oversteer to angle the car for a borderline straight cut across whilst maintaining reasonable speed ready for the Rahal straight. And now we approach the bit you've all been waiting for, the strategy to overcome the corkscrew. You may be surprised to hear that this took hours before I realised this strategy here. No, it wasn't that one, as that one doesn't consistently work. It's instead this one. A lot of trial and error and utilising the tools that the game had available led me to this. Initially, I tried to pretty much spear straight through the corkscrew via the sand. This just wasn't consistent enough, especially not to try and achieve 3 times in a row. Just won't happen. So the most optimal approach I found was to initiate a penalty just before the Gran Turismo signboard and tap several barriers along the way until I reached a more palatable speed. This way we can consistently straight line our way through the corkscrew. And I'm sure it goes without saying, but it's extraordinarily easy to make critical mistakes here when taking lines through the sand. Numerous re-entry points from sand to tarmac have sudden changes in elevation that are acting entirely different onto all 4 wheels synchronously, meaning you're now a passenger in your own car and all you can do is watch as the GT is sent to hell and back, furthermore killing yet another run. Turn 9, smooth sailing, nothing crazy required to make it, lift off oversteer, stab at the throttle, blah blah blah, round we go. Turn 10 is a nice cut taking us fairly straight across the sand, again nothing crazy here, but now we've made it to turn 11, yet another make or break zone. If you remember turn 5, this is fairly similar to that, but with a far finer margin for error due to the barrier being hella close to the road. We can very easily overshoot our mark here, or end up with a penalty, or worse. Everything can go wrong here. The terrain to the side of the road is also quite bumpy here, meaning we're just not going to be slowing down as effectively as somewhere else. A flatter surface is just better for what we need it for. I didn't find a consistent strategy here, other than send it into the sand on the right hand side, try to initiate a slide at the right time. It just felt like it was random each time, so essentially this is the send it into the sand and pray portion of the track. And if you get it right, it will look something like this. Good luck replicating it 3 times in a row though. After more than 4 hours of repeated attempts, trial and error and experimentation, it finally led to this run. Here we go. All right, good start. Cheers, mate. If it's going to give me a penalty, I'll just use the walls then. Sleep well, Fossey. Appreciate the luck. No way we did that. No way we just went around the outside like that. Haven't overtook him like that before. I gotta remember we're coming in quicker because we are able to accelerate for a bit longer. So there we go. Overcame that nicely. Keep it clean. Follow the usual procedure. On the throttle. Gonna catch him just before the corkscrew, so I might use the bump technique. Yep. Don't spin out. Lovely. 7.7. Thank you for no penalty. That was extremely lucky. Very early to catch him. Bringing it in nice and early as well, nice and clean. Now it's chasing down the leader. Nice and clean on the entry there, early on the accelerator. He's within sight. Bring it round. Ooh. No snap oversteer, lovely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Laguna Seca conquered. That's the one. That is the one, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. That is how we do it. To answer your question whether or not that's possible, it is. Oh my word. Okay, yeah, replay time. We're going to save the replay. We're going to watch the replay. Oh. Hands are shaking a bit, to be honest. Not as much as usual, but adrenaline's going. You just joined and I finally did it. Yep. Look at what we're doing to the car. Yeah. I love that we're learning to drive like this, though. It's all the wrong things. All the wrong things you really shouldn't be doing. But doing it anyway. Yeah, even here. Like, look at that! Look at that! No contact made with him. We go around the outside with the drift. Regaining traction at the perfect, almost the perfect time to just spear forward. I was thinking to myself after going around the outside of that Celine that I really had to win. Like that was the deciding factor for me. I really wanted the win after that. Even dodging him to go straight across the corkscrew. There we made contact with that inner wall and somehow didn't get a penalty. Like, the run would have been dead. Man, this was ridiculous. Somehow avoiding contact there. Oh, man, that would have been a penalty easily. We were going very quick. And then it was just trying to keep it cool for the rest of this to hunt down the Viper. Easier said than done. Because it's really easy to mess up on this corner, but 3 out of 3 entries. Reasonably good. Reasonably good. On the way up here, I was deciding whether I was going to just full send it into him or play it safe. I decided to somewhat play it safe, although we almost messed up there. It's fortunate that I was as slow as I was on the approach, because that normally ends up sending us into the tire wall. Here, I was aiming to actually slide into him side on, but we just missed it. Just a bit too slow. Then here, I was terrified, because I wasn't sure if it was actually going to send him all the way off, but fortunately, it did. Fortunately, it did. And there it is. There it is. We didn't break anything. Moving on. Moving on. I remember completing this at about 7 years old. At 7:45 before school. I don't think this is going to be that difficult. Like, look how close everyone is together. I'm generally pretty good around here. This car drives well. Alright, so we can catch the Citroen really easily. Yep, GG's.
Fail. Fail.
Nope.
Fail.
Nope.
Fail.
Nah.
Fail.
Down.
Fail.
Going into...
Fail.
What the hell?
Fail.
Nope.
Fail.
Fail. Fail.
Nope. One of these days, I will overtake this Citroen before this corner. Extreme distance level. Bottom end of 9. Not great. What a place to overtake. That's how you do it. Five and a half seconds. Ooh, that's a long time. That's a long old time. Hello, focus. I see you. He's sweating. He's sweating. We're a bit further back than I would have liked. But you all know what I'm going to do, don't you? Another one bites the dust. And GG's. As I expected, not as difficult. Not anywhere near as difficult. Whew. Right, I don't know how I'm going to do this. After conquering that walk in the park around Opera Paris, although we kind of botched it a few times, it was now time to try and sweet talk the Plymouth Superbird around Seattle. It's definitely slower. It drives like an FF car. And when I say sweet talk, this car handles absolutely horribly in this game. And it's made even worse by the fact that we have traction control and whatever else is going on, stuck, enabled on in this driving mission. Normally with muscle cars, you'd be able to use a careful bit of acceleration to get the rear end to slip out and help yourself around corners, at least if you're maintaining control of the oversteer. None of that is possible, and like I said in the video, the way the car handles in this game is more akin to a front wheel drive car. Understeer central. Yes, I know that American cars, especially muscle cars, aren't exactly known for their handling ability. Oh my god. But normally there are ways around that with the use of the power, and we don't have that. So, hello wall, how are you doing? Final chicane is the make or break. He's just out of distance. Oh man. Look how close that is though. That is 100% possible without save states. Better. Woo, getting lucky with the penalty there. That was right on the cusp of it. We might actually be able to lunge past both the Mercury and the Pontiac. Yeah, we can. That's insane. That's diabolical. Go forward, go forward. Yeah, baby. Okay, okay. Okay. That is progress right there. Only a little bit slower than normal. Hello, Buick. Hello, Mr. Buick. How you doing? Buick. Hello, my friend. Rent is due. Buick, my friend. Rent is due. Gone from thinking this is impossible to thinking this is more than possible on the second lap. Nice. Look at the gap to the other racers already. We gotta watch the replay on that. Buick, my friend. Buick, my friend. With 1 lap to go and 2.5 seconds to gain, the usual strategy of smacking into the wall on the main straight and sending it into the barrier at the end actually works out. 3 times in a row. We are right on the tail of the Buick Special. Having a good run out of the square hairpin allows us to sail straight past the Buick Special, but this is short-lived. On the uphill section, he's straight back past us. And in trying to block him, we net ourselves a 5-second penalty again. Fortunately, the Buick Special's fairly slow around here, so it doesn't actually make much of a difference. Now we've made it into the sweeping city section, and we get past the Buick again because he's really slow around here, but again, another 5-second penalty. Fortunately, we use this to our advantage and allow the Buick Special to nicely push us round. But then we come to the long main straight heading down towards the stadium, and we just do not have the traction or the ability to keep him behind us. The bow to the Superbird is just not doing us justice on these corners. A cheeky bit of rear contact doesn't actually send the Buick Special very far towards the wall, but we end up going the full direction. We end up going the full 9 yards. We're now roughly a second away once again, and we are running out of track. We're running out of corners to make a move. Something has to happen, and it has to happen now. Now, once again, we're trying to keep him behind us. Overdoing it just a bit, heading into one of the final corners before the death chicane. It looks like it's going to be a drag race to the death chicane, but somehow we get a better run. It's coming down to this. The final seconds of the lap. Do we have it in the bag? Have we done enough? No. And that is it. It is over. No. What the hell is that? All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're doing things today. We're making ridiculous progress. I gotta watch that replay. Like, we had such a clean start to the race here, nipping by, what's that, the CUDA? We majorly messed it up there. This slide here was almost optimal. Give him a gentle nudge to say hello. The chase is on. And then lucking out, not getting a penalty there. And then somehow getting a penalty here is crazy. And then getting nudged around by the Buick here. And getting outdone here because we just don't have the handling to keep us behind us. Keep him behind us even, keep us behind us. What am I saying? I actually ended up helping him there, slightly. But fortunately for us, the AI is really slow through corners. Ended up sliding in too deep there. And in a drag race here, for some reason, we're quicker than the Buick. Such disgusting, dirty driving, but it's gotta be done. Gotta be done. Now look at the gap. GG. 15 around Monaco. Okay. Lancia Stratos. Oh, okay. No, this car likes to slide. It's unsurprising that this car likes to slide and glide around the track, considering it was built from the ground up to be a rally car. The car was extremely successful, winning the 1974, 75 and 76 World Rally Championship titles. So can we fling it around Monaco Grand Prix without using the brakes and bring back a podium position, considering how far away we are from the leading Alfa Romeo? I reckon there's a good chance behind that. Catching the Fiat 500 much sooner. Much sooner. Beep beep, get out the way. Hate those cars and hate the people that drive them. Give in to your anger. Whew. Too close. "32-second gap instead of, what was it, 41 last time?" Just somewhere around there. I'm using the Lancia Stratos, I believe. Yeah, Stratos. "24 seconds. Nope. Relatively early, but not in an amazing position. Angled that correctly. Losing time in this fight. Do we have enough time to catch the leader in one lap? This is gonna be a big one. I'm gonna have to wall rides to get past him, I think. Switch up a bit. Second gap. That's it, go forward. There he is. There he is. Within view. Here it is. Photo finish coming up. Here it is. And that's Monaco already conquered. Into the wall. GG's. Well, this is going to be unfortunate. Oh no, we've got plenty of places to cut around here. Oh! There's that snap oversteer I've been telling you about. Favorite track, Hong Kong and Nordschleife. El Capitan is a close second position, as the previous two are tied for first. Actually, second position is tied between Costa di Amalfi, that Italy City Diarrhea, that's what it's called, and El Capitan. There we go. So we have 5 tracks in first and second. Oh, what? I didn't get a penalty. How long have I been doing this? At least in total, I think we've spent 12 hours on the challenge, maybe a little bit more than that. This is tough so far. I like Paris, I just don't like the look of it that much. Alright. I wonder if younger me ever did that exact move. So I don't think I was ever that clean with it. Didn't plan ahead as much as I am now. Then again, I had the safety net of brakes. I didn't really need to. I have no plans for anything else as of right now, but it may happen. It may end up happening, my friend. Right now, I'm solely focused on this and editing a Gran Turismo 2 challenge around front-wheel drive cars only. The strats, boys, the strats. Supporting you with views regardless. I appreciate you. Saw you some days ago on the whole Nürburgring. On the licenses, right? Yeah. Yeah, I managed to get silver on both the final S mission, license, and IA-15, where we were following the pace car around the Nordschleife. Don't ask me how. The driving missions have been far more difficult than the licenses. Go figure. Have you ever seen cutting of the track so clean? Because got a turbo in it, about 140 brake horsepower. It's all right. It's amazing actually for the roads that I have local to me. Because imagine, well, another driving mission out of the way. Nothing to say about that one really. It's funny because my car feels quicker than it is, right? Here's where it gets depressing, I think. We already did this on a license. Hey, ASM is gone. Ooh, it's rigid. It is rigid. It does not move. For any of you that have seen the license test episode, we're now revisiting the Audi R8 race car in a slightly different format around Infineon. Instead of trying to keep the car on the track while fighting against the driving assists, now we only have half to worry about as ASM is finally disabled. There is a consequence to this, however, that we won't be shaving as much speed during corners, but it also doubles as a positive because we'll have an easier time unsettling the car, and that can make up the difference right there. So yes, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, depends on your point of view and how you're approaching everything.
From my point of view,
Brakes.
evil.
Although my signature strategy of grass dip downshift accelerator slams will work nicely regardless of whatever we have on the car, ASM or not, it's just in sections where we have no grass or otherwise slippery terrain to make use of that we'll struggle to shave the speed. So careful use of the throttle is necessary to avoid spearing straight into oblivion. That just got remastered lately. We do have the alternate strategy of scraping the walls to potentially utilize, but we'll cross that bridge or trade that paint when we get to it. Always a BMW driver in the way, man. That's because BMW stands for brainless man or woman. We don't discriminate here. Rip. Ah. If you do !patch over on Twitch, you can see everything I've done to the game to get it to look the way it does. All the things I've followed and whatnot. Typical. Wait, what? What? It's possible to get round there with no penalty. Oh no. Yeah! What a clutch. Doing something we've not done before. Successfully, anyway. Alright, still time gained. Avoiding the inner bit of the curb there, that's handy. You closing the door off on me? Who do you think you are? Right, final lap. You see him already. Almost had snap oversteer there. Almost. Hello. Bentley. Oh, GG's. The classic. You fell for one of the most classic blunders. And we bring home the victory around Infineon. He's pitted. He's pitted. Did you see that in the background? He started pitting. Oh, man. Oh. Would you look at that? I sent him into the pits. What a absolute travesty. And then how did we get away with this? Because that never worked for me before. We needed to do that to slow down enough to make this corner. But normally we just get dragged into the wall. So I had to send it into the sand there. And then bang. And look what he does. Look what he does. We break his AI. And he goes in the pits. He goes in the pits. What's that about? Imagine not being able to just sit there playing video games. Bye for now. Oh, there's no chicane to cut. Oh no. The missions give you prize cars and money at certain intervals. Strategy at the end there. You definitely can slow down a hell of a lot with the wall. Sorry, the wall. With the sand set up for the Mercedes SLR. Every time. Nope. Oh my god. Oh. Well, GG's. You know it's serious when he stops talking. Hey, listen, sometimes I just don't have anything to say, alright? but I see what you mean. Light speed engaged. Yeah, to be fair, I probably shouldn't be reading chat as much as I am, Salim, but it's just too tempting. I see it move, and I'm like, what has he said? What is going on over in the chat? Notice how I played off the voice crack there. All right, that was nice. Ooh, that was quite a lot of speed, actually. Oh! That was almost perfect, and then the car wanted to go into the wall. It was like, yummy barrier, delish. I'm gonna stop risking it around this corner. And I'm gonna risk it here instead. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Getting a sub 20 at the end of that lap. Okay. Ooh, straight line through there. No deviation. Yeah, okay. Okay. We're getting it. We're getting there. Bentley, it's time to lose your position. Bentley, oh Bentley, I'm hunting you down, my dear. Bentley, hello, dear. Hello. Goodbye. See you later. Gorgeous car, though. I love it. I love it. You guys really do like jinxing it in chat, don't you? I might just restart it now. Didn't double dip. Oh, hello. Bloody hell. Where'd you come from? You know it's a good run when he starts going psychotic. You guys know me too well. It's terrifying. Toyota. Oh no, we're going quick. Oh. Give me a boost. Well, we're still right on him. Why is it not turning? Lost the ability to turn there. Dirty air from the Bentley was murdering us. Bye-bye. We should be within distance to send the Sauber into hyperspace at the end of the Mulsanne. Sauber C9, you're not gonna be doing fine. I'm coming to get you. You already know what's about to happen, don't you? We've halved the time already. That's why it's banned in the challenge. Although the only exceptions to that are when we can't turn it off. I.e. license tests and driving missions. Oh, why are you braking, bro? You don't need to brake there. Oh no! What do you mean? What do you mean? The curse. Oh my god, okay. And I think it's still in the bag. Yeah, easy. Ugh. Even with a 10-second buffer, you still lost, imagine. Well, progress, ladies and gentlemen. What are we on to now? Driving mission 19. Alright. S2000 likes to slide, so... Why is it not sliding? Oh, don't tell me we've got ASM on. Oh, what's that? What have you done to my car? It doesn't slide. What is it doing? Ugh. Ugh, ASM is disgusting. Get it off the car, please. Do one for this version of GT4 ASAP if he's gonna ever do it. Or somebody else needs to. It would be greatly appreciated. Give us a cushion, will you? And this is exactly why ASM is banned. Look at how easy this is. What's that? You need to slow down the car?
Rotate. Engaged.
Miles away. GG. Now on to Tsukuba. How easy that race would have been if I didn't have traction control and ASM on. We'd have been... Probably would have been in first position by the second lap. By like the start of the second lap. Somewhere around there. Tactical contact. How much does this sand slow me down by? Oh, not at all. The strategy for this mission is established within the first lap. So we have a win condition very early on, which makes it a lot easier for restarts. But just because it's easier and quicker to restart doesn't mean the mission is easy in itself. Hey, bodyguards here, what's that about? Guards, seize him! We have to cut the corners near perfectly in the first couple of sectors in order to be at a position where we can spear into the leading Honda NSX. Because if we miss this contact window, there is zero chance of you winning this race without brakes. The leading NSX just pulls away like a madman. And that's not to say that the rest of the race is easy once you are in first position, because good luck blocking everybody that wants to send you into oblivion. Cheers, brother. Cool. Big investment. Now I just gotta hold it to the end. This car just wants to grip. It doesn't want to slide like this. It's offended at the slides, if anything. Whoa. Little Subaru's coming at me out of nowhere. Even off the throttle, it's just wanting to stick. Hello, Hungarian. Right, well, as long as I block him, life is good. The NSX hasn't even got past the Spirit R. I thought he was going to bump me then. Well, GG's, that's another challenge overcome in the end. Finally. Drink time. Oh, I'll be right back. Catch you guys in about 5 minutes.
Chair. Whoa, it's chair. Chair stream. Look at the chair. Chair tastic. We love the chair.
Hello again. Do appreciate you all being here today though. We've had some crazy support in the past week or so with these streams. I love it. I really appreciate it. New faces left, right and center. Great vibes. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? The lottery win? Yeah, true. Right, this should be the easiest of all of them. These sets of slipstream races. Problem is it's just a bit slow, so even in double speed, this is dreadful. What's the rev limiter at?
And final one.
Go left. Go left. Yes. King behavior. Right, you're gonna give me a bump. Yep. Am I hearing 174? Yes, I am. And that's the game. Jesus Christ. Here we are. Yeah, baby. Oh, it's over. Finally. Oh, what now? Oh, no. Oh, here's where we get stuck for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it gets really difficult. Fuji Speedway. Oh, I don't think this one's going to be that difficult. Most difficult part is waiting. How early can you cut this? That'll take some work. Oh. Rip. What the f*** are you talking about? Oh, 3 whole seconds to knock off. Okay. Okay. Surely. Surely. No way. 61 milliseconds. That's going to be a good line. Pretty much keeping it straight. Earlier on the accelerator, that might be a sub 23. No, almost though. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. Okay. Smashed it. Almost a whole second faster there. That was a lot easier than I expected it to be. This car was going to handle pretty well. I hope it doesn't have ASM, because if it does, this is going to muck up the strategy. So it begins. Back end is a bit slippy. That works for me. There we go. Light touch of the grass there, rotating the car for us. Whoa. Lift off oversteer is pretty big in this. Use that to my advantage. Just gotta remember to be careful when I'm tapping the throttle. Oh. I think we have it in the bags as long as I bring it back so I can cut the chicane, the final chicane. No problem. Just getting past this guy right now. Nice. Smooth operator. Jesus. Damn! How close were we to that pit wall? I'm looking forward to seeing the entry to the second corner here, heading towards the bridge. You ready? We actually hit the apex for it. Look at that! Look at that! Definitely could have sent it a bit more than that. Yeah, very slow around here. Ready for the pit wall? You ready? Oh my god, even closer than I thought it was. There was nothing in that. There was nothing in that. Progress, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Mazda. Oh, we're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here already. Yeah, I use analog sticks for throttle. Oh, it's too stable. Oh, that's not good. It's not! Okay. It just wants to go zoom. Straight line. That strat isn't working. Yeah, it does not work the same way as the Ford GT. Chaos. Pure chaos. Hey, okay, I think we might have found a line there. There's no way! Let's see that back. But look at the entry to this. Oh man, so lucky. The car just didn't want to do what I was telling it to do. But then just full send it across here. Pick up a cheeky penalty here. No problem. No problem. Hello, Velka. I almost messed up here, but then the car started gripping again, fortunately. Normally we go miles off here, so how I managed to not just continue sliding for decades is insane. Almost ended up picking up a penalty there. Boom. Half a second in it. Half a second in it. Alright, what can I do at the end of this straight here? Yeah, that works. Oh, there's years of runoff. Oh, I see the light though. I see the vision. Anybody know? It will show us now, won't it? At the checkpoint. When there is one. Checkpoint, hello? Hello? There's no checkpoints around here. Oh! Really? No penalty. Saving us from doom. Bring it nice. There we go. Sprint to the finish. And the finish is really far away. Let's be real here. Hello, friend. Goodbye. GG. Easy. There was no competition here, really. Well, what? What's that? A 5 second? 5 second lead? 3. Almost 4. Okay. And we got lucky as hell with the contact not giving us a penalty there. Wait, we're almost done. Oh, it's getting scary. I do use engine braking. People keep asking this. I literally do. Are you not paying attention? Pay more attention. Analyze everything I'm doing, but keep it to yourself. No, but in all honesty, it's rarely the best thing to do. Like going sideways. Going sideways is often more efficient than just sitting here like this. But I do this. We must pay attention because I have decided you must look. I have spoken. As Mandalorian Man says. Come round, come round, come round. Yeah, talk steer, baby. Get out of the way, bro. Oh, I hit it wrong. Didn't wall ride correctly. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this one again. Oh, we got 4 seconds to shave off. Alright, looks like I do have a save slot there. Good. USA only video. Yeah, people aren't very happy about some of the car choices in that, but I did outline that I'd be going via America, the game's rules, but hey ho. Some people are never happy regardless. It's not like I can add cars of my own to the roster. Whoa. Ooh. Right, over here. Doesn't slow us down. Right, we're gonna have to full send. No way! Why is there no penalty for that? Why is there no penalty? What? That was so much contact with that barrier. Smacked the hell out of that. Big boy. So we have, oh, the final 5 to go. The final 5 to go. And it starts getting terrifying. I'm not looking forward to using this. I can't remember what track it's on. Infineon. Oh no, we gotta go back to Infineon again. Ugh. It's even a worse car as well. It's the brick Cadillac. But yeah, we've completed every driving mission so far. Look at that. That's just a crazy roster without brakes. Absolutely absurd. Go forward, go forward, go forward. Please. Accelerating is so difficult out of a slide. So yeah, apparently we don't have to worry about the pits. We're just going to miss it by about 250 milliseconds, but a whole second more like. Genuinely curious. Because you're seeing me going onto the grass where there's far less traction. The car's more unsteady. I come off the accelerator and start rotating the car. As it's a 4-wheel drive, in order to rotate the car, it's better off the accelerator. Because the car just wants to go forward under acceleration because of the 4-wheel drive system. Dipping only 2 wheels into the grass allows for sharper, more immediate rotation of the car into a slide. Tapping the wall like that lowers the speed and allows you to gain some momentum in a different direction. I wasn't sure if it was a sarcastic question is all. I'm more than happy to explain what I'm doing. Come on, come on. That's it. That's it. That's it. Go, 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 go. Yeah! 74 milliseconds in it. No. 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 Okay. Okay. Whew. And you said it would take a while. Well, it took us almost 15 minutes. Right, the Battle of the Lotus. And we've got the Esprit, so it's going to be easy. And I already have 15 angry comments. 15 people typing angrily about the way I pronounce Esprit, and deal with it. Right, can we actually get this car to slide, or are we just going to wall ride? That is the question. How is an Esprit catching an Elise on a corner? Genuine question. Anybody know? Maybe we have better tires on. Or maybe that's just got a tank engine in it. Dip the wheels slightly. No. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. Oh. The upshift unsettled the car. Can we go to the outside? Yes, we can. Get a bit of slipstream off the Europa. Oh, we might just narrowly miss this. It's gonna be close. There's the finish line. Is it coming early or is it coming late? Woo! 40 milliseconds. Okay. The one take. The one and done. One and done. How my ex would describe it. Heinrich or Henrique? Ooh. It really felt like we weren't going to catch him here. I almost made contact with the Europa. It actually seemed to move over to the right slightly. But look at that. 40 milliseconds. 40 milliseconds. Pretty simple track, right? Back to Seattle, ladies and gentlemen, for the Ford Showdown. And it's reverse Seattle. True. Honestly, the only racing games I'm really interested in are Gran Turismo games, Need for Speed, and maybe the Ridge Racer series. Anything else at the minute? Not my thing. Maybe I'll go back and replay Test Drive Unlimited. Although I do prefer the PS2 version to the PC version. Ooh. Can we wall ride that? Nope. Henry, come say hello to the stream. Henry, come say hello to the stream. Oh, he's a good boy. There he goes. Come on, come on. Ready? 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 Good boy. Almost taking my hand off while doing it. Pato.
Bye.
There he goes. Make contact with the wall early. Going for the wall ride. Okay. Third position already. Just coming up. Ooh. Not like that. Tap the wall. Bring it in early. No, not doable. From winning. Ew, even closer than that. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy in the grand scheme of things. It's that downhill section which the GT's struggling on, ironically. The one time I don't want the car to be unsettled, and yeah. Okay, that seemed a bit quicker. That seemed a bit quicker than other attempts. Right, tap the outer wall. Gonna slide past the RS200 a bit earlier this time. Outer wall contact again, no penalty, as it was the back end of the car tapping it. We're gonna catch the Cougar very early. Say no thank you, leave me alone. Tap the wall, tap the Mustang, and we're gonna bounce round. We're gonna do a quick 360, and we're still gonna win the race, you watch. 360 no scope the Mustang. Ooh, angling it just at the right time to not get a penalty there. Extremely close. And we're gonna come in nicely here. Again, use the curb to unsettle the car. Bring it round. Just gonna make contact with the wall. No, we avoided that. On the way down the hill. Do not touch the steering whatsoever. It wants to be entirely straight. Oh. Gonna get a penalty here, but it's fine. It is still fine. We're on time. Gonna nip to the inside. A bit more contact with the Mustang. Whatever it's called. The old boy. And that is how you conquer Seattle with a cheeky 360 involved. Very, very easy race in the grand scheme of things. Probably the easiest one-lap magic we've had to do, actually. One-lap magic around Infineon in the Buzzing Bee Cadillac CN. Oh, shit. Well, that was dangerous. The rain and the wind was blowing in such a way that it came flying into my room, and of course went near my PC. That was almost lethal. Right, anyway. Use the strats from the one lap magic with the Corvette. Tap that wall there. Water cooling? Yeah, I don't think you want that kind of cooling. Oh, it doesn't handle at all. It doesn't handle whatsoever. Although we're already making good progress. On the wall a bit too early there. Avoid contact with whatever the hell that is. Gonna cut this corner and go straight. As straight as possible. There it is. Can the car grip? It can. And we go around the outside for another one take with a cheeky little emergency there. Boom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, mission 34. Mission 34 is here. That's a whole lot of one takes we just did. The final hurdle. The final hurdle. We have arrived. The pole position car is a 300 SL. Still a high performance vehicle despite being a historic classic. Your SLR McLaren, fitted with sports tyres, will feel like a fish out of water as you race around the Nürburgring circuit. Can you close the 123 second gap? Well, let's start the countdown. 126 seconds, not 123. They added an extra 3 for us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be done in one take. It's not going to be done in 2. Probably not even in 3. But SLR McLaren around the Nürburgring Nordschleife begins. Let's use everything we've learned so far. All of the license tests around this big boy track. Is it enough to handle this absolute behemoth of a boat of a McLaren Mercedes? Can we make contact with the outer wall without a penalty? Yes, we can. Getting the car going forward. Even going to cut these corners. Going to dip the wheels here, get the car rotated. Get rotated here as we go forward as well. Nice and easy. Making progress down the hill. Life is good so far. 1 minute 50 to the leader. And bring it round. And hard on the accelerator when we get round safely. Avoiding a penalty somehow. Okay. I don't think we can slow the car here. There's no way of slowing the car here, so I'm going to do it tactically. And hit back end into the wall. No penalty for us. There we go. Now coming down to Foxhole. Probably going to use a bit of tactical contact with the right-hand side wall here if I can get the back end rotated. It's not moving, so we're going to get a penalty. Yeah, there we go. Finally got a penalty there. I was hoping to get one earlier, but... Oh, wait, we're coming in real quick, actually. I'm going to rotate the car again. Hard on the accelerator. Go forward, Mr. Mercedes. Get moving. Get a bit of a drift around here and some wall contact so we can go forward. Almost oversteering into oblivion there. The car does not like what we are doing. Alright, I'm going to rotate the car here. Bit early on that. That's alright though. Make contact with the walls while we can. And accelerate, please. Already making relatively decent progress as we've knocked off about 30 seconds from the time. Rotate the car again. Nice and easy on the accelerator. No problem here. We probably wall ride down the end of this. We'll see how it... We'll judge it on the approach. Is wall riding good? Yeah, looks like it's fine. No penalty, please. Look at that. Cheeky. Cheesing the hell out of the game. As we're now 116. Sorry, 117, pretty much. Away from the leader. Nobody in sight to overtake just yet. But we're still making progress. I'm a bit concerned about this following corner. Please no penalty. Getting a penalty, unfortunately. Try not to lose control of the car. Just salvaging that. We're not even going to get 4th place. Not even going to get 4th. 18 seconds off. What was that? 9 minute 30? No, longer than that, surely. 9:32. Just shy of 200 miles per hour. Gonna go to the outside again. Well, 11:11 off pace. Go, 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 go. Yeah, there we are. Cheeky Scandinavian flick. I can actually see the SL in the distance there. Yeah, you know what. Let me get a penalty for that. But maybe it's better than normal. I mean, we're a sub-minute checkpoint time, so... We're only 4.5 seconds off time. See the compressor, where's the SL? Well, not the win. Not the win. But not far off by any stretch. 6.5 seconds to go. 6.5 seconds remaining. I can't even stop me. I've got no brakes. What do you think you're going to do? What? We got no brakes on a no brakes challenge. Still hitting that at the wrong angle. Well, that was neat. It brought us back to the road quite early. Ooh. I have no idea what this rights guy is saying. I don't think he understands what's happening here. That was still quick. Yep, the sub 140. It's very quick. Just get the angle right up here. Look at the pace we're carrying. I have no current plans to 100% this game. I'm at least doing these driving missions and the GT World Championship. That's the current plan. Okay, yeah, that's the one. German government. Yeah. I wouldn't blame them. Hey, you're that guy. You're that guy that was driving the cars round here on Gran Turismo 4 without braking. Yeah, you're not allowed on this track, son. Back home you go. Everything brakeless, yeah. 119, oh my. Okay, bring it over nice and easy. We've gained time. That's risky. But we're alive, so it's fine. All right, we're going. We're still going. 105 already. Hello. Oh my god. Yes, no penalty. No penalty. Goodbye. Brother, you're asking me to use brakes in a challenge where I intentionally do not use brakes. You realize that, right? Do you want to see me driving properly? This isn't the challenge for you. Sub 40 seconds to the leader. Just follow the strats we learnt before. Catch him at the perfect time. Rotate the car ready for YouTube corner. Lovely. Okay. Rally rating time. Yeah. Okay. 30 seconds to the leader. Right, I do not like this corner. We've gotten it wrong every single time so far. Not this time! "24 seconds. All right, all right. Keep it calm. No! No! Please! Come on. As long as it's sub 830 at the bridge, it's doable. 829. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, it's going to be so close. I think I messed it up at the final bit. Surely not. Surely not. Oh, the speed we're coming in at. Come here, you butts! Oh my god! There's no way! There is no way! Ladies and gentlemen, mission 34 without brakes. Tactical airstrike. Harrier strike called in an SLR McLaren. That is every single driving mission in Gran Turismo 4 without braking, without handbrakes. It's over. It's all of them. And even with a 5-second penalty that we didn't want in the mix, we still did it. Meanwhile, these geezers. And so it begins. Seeing as why the car didn't slide. Tactical nuke! Oh no. Look at this guy. I'm dead. Oh man. Look how terrifying that is. Does a pirouette midair. Okay, I lied. Oh, I need to see it again. I need to see it again. The pirouette! Oh, it's killing me. What a way. What a fantastic way to finish off a unbelievably difficult challenge. What is it? What do we get? Oh, hello. We're fully ready for the GT World Championship already. Look at that. We're done. Fully done. And we haven't lost the save either. We're good. Ladies, gentlemen, and friends in all varieties, that is part 2 of the 3-part brakeless challenge complete. The Gran Turismo 4 driving missions are beatable in their entirety without using the brakes once. And while we're at it, before I conclude everything, Laguna Seca 3-lap magic in the Ford GT was by far the hardest of all the driving missions to conquer this way. It's funny because it's normally quite easy in the standard configuration driving normally, but without the brakes, that was crazy trying to get consistent. Again, this has been an absolutely fantastic challenge through and through. I really appreciate everybody that was there every step of the way. Sometimes the challenges dragged out quite a bit, there was a lot of retries, and the fact that you guys had the patience to stick there with me, brilliant. Give yourselves a pat on the back. It took a lot of mental fortitude on my end and yours as well. But depending on when you guys watch this, the 3rd part of the challenge might be up already. For anybody that didn't even watch the 1st part, make sure to go watch that as well. The license tests feature some full lap licenses around tracks like the Nordschleife, and to stay on track without brakes is easier said than done. I'll be immediately moving towards editing the final part of the challenge. I don't have a date for when that will be released. You guys know that I'm busy in real life with other things, but I get it done as soon as I can. I'm not rushing it. I want the quality to remain high. But anyway, it is now time to thank the YouTube members. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that is a YouTube member. You are helping to fund time towards editing videos like these. As you can imagine, they take a long time. All of this content was recorded back in August 2024, and I'm only just getting towards the end of it now, editing wise. I did have other projects to edit along the way as well, so it's not just been this. This has been the time sink, let's put it that way. And at the Supra/God mode tier, we have Russ Brooks. Thank you very much, that is massive. I've also seen that you've pledged a monthly $10 tip as well over on the PayPal, so thank you very much for that, Russ. Genuine crazy support. And if anybody else wants to support challenges like these, you can do so by leaving a like and a comment, sharing it with your friends. And for anybody that wants to become a YouTube channel member, the starting rate is 99 pence. Every tier comes with unique perks. If you want to have your name shouted out at the end of each video, by all means head over there. It is greatly appreciated. And other than that, feel free to go check out the other videos I have on the channel. There are several other Gran Turismo 4 challenges on the channel at this point. We've got some Gran Turismo 2 challenge videos, Need for Speed Underground, Most Wanted, Carbon, starting to build a portfolio of videos like this now. But other than that, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. In about a year's time. Knowing my progress, that'll be a year's time. But when it comes is when it comes. See you later.